final map of the evening, Guns actually got wiped out from Ghost. The other two Erangel maps, both teams kind of went their separate directions. So I'm curious, what's going to unfold here today in the 3 Erangel maps?
Part of me wants Guns to go in guns blazing. I want to see them go aggressive. I want to see them try and take an early fight here just to prove to themselves and to Ghost that they can hang, that they can contest this squad here at this shared drop spot. That's what I want to see from them. Who knows? We may end up playing a little more passive. We may end up splitting a little bit, but with this playing path, Dave, anything is possible.
And I was kind of looking at the numbers. Guns, they're in 12th place, but surprisingly, I was like shocked. They have the most grenades used out of the entirety of the lobby, currently sitting at like 50, right behind them Team Queso. And I was kind of looking at that because Destiny, first place at the top. They've only used 28 grenades. So I'm curious, if they're not even using that much utility, once when they start to ramp up that grenade usage, like what can Destiny do? Like right now, they're 5 points ahead of that second place. Representing Germany, today's a huge day for that squad.
And as much as that's a statement about Destiny's lack of grenade usage, it's also a statement of how many grenades are Guns missing. They're throwing 50. They don't have that many kills. They don't have that many kills. So how many of those frags are we missing there? Yeah, that is a 10% or 20%. Just assuming it was just grenades, that is a 20% kill rate. So it's even less. It's way less. So yeah,
you miss every shot you don't take. All right, that's the motto out here.
Gretzky, Michael Scott. Yes.
Here they are.
I agree.
Guns versus Ghost. You know, that grenade usage. We already see them trying to loot up. I think if they want to ramp up that grenade usage and hit those shots, this is the time to do it. In Pachinki, up close and personal with Ghost Gaming. Maybe even some mollies too. Use a molly, section them off, and once when you get maybe one player section off, then all collapse. You know, use your numbers advantage to take them out. So hopefully both teams kind of went back, watched the VODs, watched the movement that each team had yesterday, and they're going to come back today even cleaner.
I think of all the teams in the lobby that I think that is true for, I think it's true for Ghost. You know that Bayo has spent the last day analyzing the rotations, looking at it, seeing how it'll play into how they want to execute themselves, and then what teams they might fight where, and then maybe make some adjustments on their own end in order to, I don't want to say catch, I do want to say catch at some of the teams that they probably deem weaker in order to get some of those makeup points in terms of kills, wiping some squads early. So that's what I'm keeping an eye on. I think Ghost Gaming, not the strongest of day number ones, but I expect that to very much change here in day number 2.
And I think it comes down to just like the unpredictable factor when we look at all the teams representing all the different countries and regions that, you know, you're just not used to going up against. If we compared it to like PMPL, same region, you play in the same lobby, 60 games, right? We only got 20 games here. Yes, they had scrims, but you said it, scrims, a lot of players, they use it to practice new things, not that bread and butter. So I think after yesterday, I agree with you 100%. Bayo studying all night long. You already know. So today is going to be a big day for that squad representing USA.
I'm sure there are a lot of the American fans who are cheering them on, but their first step, the first hurdle they have to overcome, of course, is get out of Pachinki alive. They were able to do so with 100% success in this last day of games, and I don't really expect that to change here. They're not going to opt to take an early fight. Guns also saying, we don't really want that either. We don't want to add an element of unnecessary risk into our early game play. City's big enough for both of us. We're going to back up and go from there. And of course, because of the centralized drop location, frees up so many options for this next rotation, as it is a southeastern circle. All of military still in play, and not a single team over there yet, which I can't say I'm super surprised by, because rotating over and having to rotate back is hyper risky. But we'll take a look at how this circle continues to move.
It is hyper risky. I know we had our fingers crossed last night to get that military base.
Yes.
If there was going to be one team that can really, truly capitalize on a military circle, I'd say Onyx. You know, dead last, about 3 kills all day yesterday. They like to go Primors. We tend to see them going for those ultra wide rotates all the way up there to the north. But with this zone, if I am Team Onyx, I think I might as well just, you know, throw all my eggs in that basket and be like, all right, let's go military base. Let's just do it. And they could do that easily. Take a boat from Primors. They can avoid Team Queso. They don't need to use that bridge. And if it does go south, That would be huge for that squad, Team Onyx.
The high-risk, high-reward play, but when you're coming into today with only 4 points, those are the kind of plays you need to make in order to get yourself back into it. I agree, Dave, because right now the other option is you either run into Ghost, Guns, or Queso. None of those are great options for you at this point. Let's be real. So I absolutely wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't hate, going for it, going down. Of course, the chance of getting bridge camped on the way back is certainly there, but at the same time, if it should rotate down, you can play that bridge camp role, and you can try and pick up some kills, be that gatekeeper to stop those squads from rotating in. We'll keep an eye on that, though. At this point, I still think it's more likely to be on the mainland, but we'll keep an eye on how these teams are rotating, as we are seeing Ghost doing just that. And so far, being able to thread the needle pretty well moving into this next circle, they're already getting out ahead of their opponents.
Good option for Onyx if they want to get an early water break here today. Because like you said, there's a bunch of strong teams already repositioning out here on the west. Another squad, very interesting position, Koninapower. They're going to be somewhat centering up on the coast near that east bridge. So they're kind of hoping that some teams might go to military base, but we'll get back to that. We got some drive-bys.
What is, Guns just decided to pull a Yui. And go stop for it. They got punished. Spec is knocked. This is actually huge. The two teams that decided not to fight in Pachinki are fighting right here on the road. Here I was complimenting Ghost's rotation, but Guns just literally pulled a 180, drove right past him. You could tell Ghost wasn't paying attention. The reaction time was hyper delayed. Bayo took a ton of damage. Spectre is dead. And just like this is an opportunity for Guns Esports to take down their fastly budding rival here on Erangel. They know exactly where Ghost is at. Dave, they're going to pop tires. This is big.
That's one of those moments where you might have been looking at that mini-map, repositioning, and kind of coming up with that strategy on the fly to see where you want to go. And I almost feel like as if Guns kind of followed Ghost Gaming out of Pachinki. They recognize, okay, they're moving on out, because almost immediately Guns also popped in some vehicles and we started to see them rotate, and now we see them popping those tires. That's huge. I mean, that is utility taken away from Ghost. So essentially, Ghost, they're safe for now. Okay, they're safe for now. Good spot. But eventually, they'll probably have to move on out of here, and without vehicles, they're not going to be able to move very quickly. So depending on how many resources, how much time, frags, Guns they want to devote to this, they can camp out Guns for some time, or Ghost Gaming for some time.
Yeah, that clan tag is an absolute bait. I 100% agree. One thing for both of them is Ghost Gaming did a good job of laying down a smoke there and actually moving their vehicles. I don't know how many tires they were actually able to pop. Second thing, they're dead center in this next circle, and Ghost has a compound. So while on paper, at a distance, it might look like Guns is in a favorable position because they were able to get the kill, now Guns is actually exposed on the coast. So if they get third-partied here by like a Team Queso, this could actually be bad for them. As you can see, Ghost is dead center there in the compound. So not actually the worst thing ever. They obviously just would have loved to be able to get to that compound without losing a player.
Guns, though, I feel like have a lot more room to work with, though, right? They have a lot more room. They're not going to be back against the wall. Next circle goes up, so both Guns and Ghost, they're looking pretty good. I'm telling you, I need to be the Onyx coach right now. I told them, take the boat. Like, right now, we see military base about, 75% in this zone? Nobody there. We see Team Queso, we see 19E. They're trying to make the move. They're trying to claim that nice prime power position right now, but we got to push. We got to pull up.
We do indeed. In the northern portion of the circle here, Chivas, who've done so well on Erangel yesterday, have been in a rough position because they're split as a team. RTG is here. Priming some nades. Looking to light this one up. Cooking it. Sending it. Not quite appreciating that their opponents are outside of the next building. Rahad having some trouble on the road. As we see Team Queso able to get ahead of 19 to the point where 19 has to pull that U-turn of their own. And this is the position that Team Queso's in right now that Onyx could have been in, Dave.
Yeah.
What could have been?
Huge potential, though. Team Queso now setting up that bridge camp. But Chivas, two of their squad mates still not grouped up. A little hesitant in the back line. So it's going to be essentially a 4v2. Very challenging.
Is indeed, and the nades are flying back and forth. One knock to start that off, and the kill confirmed. Beautiful play there from Chivas, able to take this down to a 2v3. But where's the rest of the squad? That's my question. They're rolling up right now so they will have some backup here, as you can see them coming in from the outside. And just like this, RTG, their slower, patient play, not willing to take the numerical advantage, will now be their deficit and potentially their demise. But a nice pop out there from Marshall with the Scar in order to try and level this playing field just a little bit more.
Yeah, Marshall's angle on the opposite end of that broken wall, pretty big, because they were able to recognize the push from the opposite end. And now Jacob trying to heal up, but we hear the gunshots firing out. El Chapo jumping out, pre-firing away. A lot of 1v1s happening right here.
Just like that, Chivas have turned this one around, able to take down multiple members of RTG. They did lose one in the process, but it all comes down to El Chapo, the one who went for the push while the rest of the team was trying to play anchor. And just like this, Chivas is in a position to get our first squad wipe here on the map, going for the revive, UMP in hand. What can they get done? Nice pre-fire around the corner, but a great double peek in response, and the nade to clean it up.
Nice grenade right there. Nice grenade. Yeah, El Chapo, kind of a solo mission, and we know very, very aggressive player from the squad. Like, they have, I guess, the highest damage done. But right there, could have definitely used their help in that anchor position you called out right there. So we'll see. We'll see what will end up happening. Chivas, though, very consistent on Erangel. That is a good thing, considering Erangel makes up 60% of the map pool here for our PUBG Mobile World Invitational. Now, looking around, Koninapower, they did make their way across that bridge on the east side. Pretty good, but here's the opposite end of that bridge.
Who gets the privilege of trying to fight Koninapower here in just a minute. Clash going up against Alpha 7. Let's see if Carrillo can shake off the jitters that you saw in day number 1. Ravo, of course, doing a fantastic job of still continuing to keep his team in a pretty good position coming into today, starting it off in 5th place. As we're looking towards this next circle, Dave, we center up both landmasters still in play. A ton of water as well. This is a pretty toxic circle, I'm not going to lie.
Toxic scale is at like a 9 out of 10. But look at this fight. MZ really liked that position. They're able to gather a ton of information. They need to make sure not to get knocked from up there, as now we get the cover fire coming on out from Alpha 7, representing Brazil.
Yeah, but they're still somewhat pinned on this side of the cliff right here. And because of the way Clash is positioned, it's going to make it so hard. That one off-angle player is creating so much pressure as Terminus is getting down after down. Nice shots there as Azer at range. The reposition play from Clash, I think Alpha 7 maybe thought they were going to completely bail on this fight, but no, it was a bait. And just like this, Alpha 7 is in shambles. This is the opportunity Clash need to push in right now. Get together, go. You cannot let Alpha 7 reset. They are the most dangerous when their backs are against the wall.
And here comes the push. Grenade in hand. Ooh, you might want to swap back over to that UMP. Their teammates in the vehicles getting a run over. Mollies are everywhere. The fire through the smokes, able to come out on top. They should be able to get the pickup on their squad mates. Clash. Woo! Talking about mopping the floor. Alpha 7. My goodness. Get taken out here.
I want the record to show Terminus did down his own teammate with that name. Just want the record to show. Still a sick play. Still a sick play. Just like this. Axel.
That McLaren, though.
Yep. Too speedy.
McLaren. Too speedy.
Quick.
Too quick. Yeah, the zone, though. Koninapower. Look at that. They're on the east side of the bridge. Clash up there. We're going to have a lot of teams over here on that west side now, all kind of taking that same passageway to try to get into the circle. It's going to be a challenge.
It is indeed. As we're taking a look at how teams are trying to rotate in. A lot of squads still out in the blue. I'm looking towards 19E, Nextria Gaming. Chivas now forced to late rotate on that western bridge. And of course, Godsent and Guns still over on the mainland. They are bogged down outside of this next zone, and they're in a bit of a rough spot here, Dave, because there's a lot of open ground they have to try and traverse. Very little cover to be had.
Not only that, like, where do you go? You can't really move because you're going to run into UDR. You can't really swim either because Ghost Gaming are looking across the channel. So, let's see. Guns, they do have 4 up. They do have a vehicle, but looking real indecisive right here.
Yeah. This one's going to be tricky. I'm not seeing a world where many of these teams on the mainland right now survive. Maybe UDR Killers if they can make some play on the bridge. Onyx was able to make it across, though, but they're taking a lot of damage. Chivas 19 still out in the blue. This one's going to be tough, Dave, as we're seeing guns now in the last ditch send, and we get the center up. It's on Military Island, and like I said, those teams on that mainland, they are not long for this world.
Dude, Ghost, game-winning position right here. Same thing with Koninapower, so we'll have to keep tabs on them as all these teams up here on the mainland, it's going to be a bloodbath. Right now, main objective for me, if you're not in this circle, go for those kill points. That's all you can do here. That's all you can do to offset the risk of getting taken out early. 13th position, that's 0 points, Paul. 0.
Absolutely none. The big goose egg, which means you got to do it with your own 2 hands. You got to put the pressure on your opponents. We're looking to see, I like it. Do that here for Godsent. See if they can find the shots. Nice movement, though, coming up from Moody and crew. Potentially having the advantage here if they can find the angle, but one of their teammates is downed.
Very nice movement. But at the end of the day, UDR, they're hearing this, and they're going to use this opportunity to swim across the channel. So both these squads, Godsent, guns, yeah, it's like they're spending a lot of time out here, but they're forced to. They don't have an option, and now here comes the blue zone to apply that additional pressure, which is going to, ramp up those nerves.
Did see Sandro for UDR Killers able to actually get that third-party kill on that last remaining player there, but will send it with the rest of the team. I thought for a second might actually play spoiler and play the last-ditch defender, but there is a boat as well. This could actually be huge, except for what you pointed out earlier, Dave. Ghost Gaming in the prime position to stop any team making a last-ditch send across the way as Ralph is trying to go for the but just denied. However, Moody is still there, and just like that, into the water, he's going to destroy the boat as well, likely. Yeah. Wow, that is bitter.
Talk about the BM right there. I mean, UDR, they're already swimming away, right? They're already like, okay, we can't take the boat, but Moody making sure to get the blow-up, and like you said, Ghost kind of playing that Coast Guard role. Now, one thing I want to note, I do see Ayala from Team Queso rolling up on the Ghost, so that might cause a little bit of a distraction and allow Guns, the 2 players in UDR, the 2 players, to safely swim across the channel.
And keep an eye on that as Clash is trying to make the play into Koninapower. Nice shots, though, coming out from Nomi. That MVP star power play coming in, not missing a shot, not getting hit either. Great movement. As we're looking at the last player, MZ all the way down the line. See if you can spot him here, though. Right now, his goal is all about survival. Koninapower, Dave, they still have all 4 players up, but they're very split.
And here comes Destiny as well, right underneath the bridge to kind of make matters worse. And I felt like Clash, we saw them earlier. They had a lot of time to reposition early, but they decided to hold back just a little bit. No meat on that bridge. Yeah, MZ, I don't know where you're going, bud. Maybe looking for a boat, possibly. We'll have to see.
But that wide wrap from Koninapower, at least, is doing some work. You talked about Destiny potentially causing some havoc under the bridge, but instead they're just target practices. We have the wide wrap. The issue is Fashe did end up going down to the outside. Nobody's got the reposition to try and get the revive there as Axer applies the pressure underneath the bridge. This is massive as we take a look at where this next circle is going, but great shots. That M4 locked tight. That is 2 members down now for Destiny. 1 big nade here, and Mihi could be dropped. Let's keep an eye on it. Way too far, but he still sees it, still gets the shot there. Axer, the 1-man wrecking crew, shooting fish in a barrel.
Yeah, Mihi hitting that prone right there, and yeah, these smokes can't provide that much cover, especially with the enemy right above you. Next zone goes up, though. Koninapower, good spot. They are a little split, though, so they don't have a lot of time to get the pickup. Ghost Gaming, I'm still concerned with them because they're going to be rolling into the zone like a wrecking ball, and their main kind of objective right now, they need to make sure to win that fight against Team Queso if they want to move into this next zone alive.
And that's where I want to look right now. These 2 teams are about to clash. Ghost did already lose 1. I believe it was 2 Team Quesos. We can see them all running by right now. Clash does eventually go down, bleeding on the outside, just trying to survive for points. And Team Quesos is actually going to bypass them. They're going to go into Rahat. Oh, this is massive. Absolutely huge, because this is the compound that Ghost Gaming would have wanted to have rotated to. But TQ, with a fantastic IGL call, is actually going to outpace them and push in ahead. Prima doesn't see his opponent, though. Blocks the grenade with his body and kills them both with an accidental mastery, but will get taken out here. And now the third party is coming in from Ghost. Team Queso was too slow, Dave. This was the one play they absolutely had to execute to perfection, and they're slipping.
Yeah, I mean, talk about a full send right there. They committed everything to getting this building, getting this compound, but all 4 members in one little tiny building, you open yourself up to just getting grenaded to death, and that's exactly what's happening. Not only that, to make matters worse, 19E down there to the south taking some shots. You even got Onyx on the outskirts showing up. So honestly, that's like best case scenario for Ghost Gaming, because now they can play edge.
And they have this entire edge of the circle as well. Beast from Destiny was actually able to sneak their way in as well. So that could be a factor. This Team Queso was able to stabilize a little bit. They did just spot him out. Nice play there. So that is no potential third party coming in from behind. And this has accidentally worked out fantastic for Ghost Gaming. Rather than having to play a long, drawn-out war to try and get to the edge of the circle up on the high ground, Team Queso went all the way past them and just broke on the walls. That was Rahad in this compound. Didn't play it well, got third party, played it too slow. And just like this, Ghost is once again in a fantastic position, but Koninapower can't look past them either.
Yeah, not only that, beautiful dip that Ghosts are holding. They can keep those vehicles alive just in case they need to use that utility moving forward. And Koninapower, same could be said. Same could be said. Nice little dip. The thing is, though, they do have Fashe way down there, separated from them. So maybe holding that spot just in case the zone does shift in their direction. But looking around, Shivas, talk about consistency. Still alive. And they're running into Onyx, but look at that. From the window, the M4 spray.
Yeah, and it was actually, I mean, did most of the work there, as we're seeing Ghost Gaming actually picking up and taking that kill. Nice, solid, crisp, clean M16 shots. As Team Queso is getting a little bit of revenge as well. The nade down onto Rahad, trying to take over the rest of this compound. But at this point, I think Team Queso just need to hold tight because, Dave, they did get this circle. So did Koninapower. They are in a prime power position.
At this point, Team Queso, they baked the cake and they said, hey, we're sorry. We didn't mean to upset you. And they just want to be neighbors for the time being, especially in this next circle. Both those buildings are in play. So now Ghost, they need to reposition. They're going to be on the edge. And they're making their next play right here. They're trying to decide which way should we go.
This is actually huge. One player from Koninapower going down here is a potential opportunity for Ghost Gaming to push on in. Keeping an eye on this one. So we're seeing Fashe, like you mentioned, way on the outside, watching for any flanks coming in on that angle. Playing it quiet, though. Truly playing that scout role, and I appreciate that for sure. So we're seeing Shivas Esports going down. I think they actually lost the fight next to Gaming and Onyx. Onyx, who's still in this, Dave. This is their best performance yet, bar none, but they're going for the send now, and this is a bold play.
Oh, trying to get that spray, and hey, they took a page out of Team Queso book, sending it straight to the mid right there. They were taken out. Looks like Ghost are going to be pulling up to this compound as well. The only difference, though, from Team Queso and Ghost, they smoked a pathway. They used their smokes to make sure that they can't get sprayed down on their approach, and here, they're safe now, and they get a crate.
This is absolutely huge. All the great weapons going in their direction right now. Koninapower still playing edge. Ghost Gaming opting to go in, but they actually bailed just molly HH24. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, big unfortunate right now. They should be able to get him up.
The nade did make it in the window. Oh, this is big sad. I'm watching just big sad after big sad here.
There we go.
Finally. Oh, there we go. Okay.
Tensa is smiling after that one. One more, maybe, take some shots at that door. Throw through that door. That could be it.
There it is.
Could be it. I want to say, though, Koninapower, they have so much zone control right now. We saw a couple of moments ago, one of their players were knocked. They made sure to prioritize getting them picked up right here. For the most part, they're controlling the whole east side. They got it. They got it.
Nice shots coming out from Nomi, not able to secure the down. And the last two members of 19E who, again, G-Fan just channeling that Novi Esports love, surviving when they absolutely should not. I'm pretty sure G-Fan plays better in a duo than literally anything else. It's actually hilarious to watch.
Make it to make it. That's what they drew on the drawing board here today for 19E. And you can't blame them. Super consistent on Erangel. As we're still checking in with Ghost. They're okay for the time being. They don't have to move much, but look at this. Nomi, right behind Ghost, could play such a huge spoiler to him.
I mean, the position...
they hear him, though. They hear him. The buggy.
Yeah, they hear him. They are aware. And instead, Koninapower is going to actually go for a wide wrap because this whole time, Fosh has been playing the off angle, playing that scout role, and has been able to secure this position for the rest of the team. So rather than trying to brute force their way through Ghost. They're going to take the more tactical approach here on the outside, but this does offer them a little bit less cover. This rock will be massive, though, as well as these smokes.
Oh, that Fache has like a tally on an estimated number on how many enemies are down here. Fache definitely saw the push across the road from 19E, so information is everything right now.
Nice shots coming in from Mahad. It's Ghost Gaming. One drop, but the nades continue to come back. Bayo lives and dies by those nades and able to set up and actually helping out 19 and Koninapower here because taking down Delhop, who was the key player there. But Bayo with the unfortunate send, and just like that, how has Rahad lived for this long? They have 7 kills as well. They have just been playing this stalwart defense, the bulwark that will not break.
Position, man. This compound so strong. Everybody's trying to take it from them. We did see HH with the new light machine gun. That should be able to put in some work, but it's going to have to go against the M249. Koninapower trying to crawl their way in right now, trying to get some grenades onto 19E. 19E, they're awfully close to each other. One grenade could get the wipe.
Issue is they only have that tiny little dip to work with. They are back against the blue. They don't have a lot of options, but Shifan able to do some damage over onto Rahad as well. Got to secure the point and does get it. This is huge. 5 kills for them as well, but here comes the push from Koninapower.
Koninapower playing the off skirts. They do have some boulders, some cover to work with. Rahad, though, still that solo, looking to take out Ghost. Ghost looks like Tensa thinking about going for that pickup, that revive. Here comes some more grenades from Koninapower, that third party. 19E, hey, they're still up. The duo, they're surviving. You can't hate it.
They've gotten a lot of luck with these circles. They haven't really had to move for the last 4 minutes. They've just been able to ride it out. It's just like this. Rod goes down. Xenox able to usurp that kill, just take it out from underneath, and now top 3. All of these squads are doing great in terms of kills. 16 just among these last remaining teams. But it all comes down to who can get this first knock. And I'm trying to see where this next circle's going, Dave. It's really hard to tell.
We're looking at it right in the middle. Right in the middle. Everybody's on the edge right now, so it's grass. You got some grass to work with, Ball. That's it.
Well, unfortunate timing here for them, because you're right, everybody's got to move. So it all comes down to the smokes. All comes down to who can play the snake play just that little bit better. And I think if I'm Koninapower here, you're the only one with the numerical advantage, and hopefully they've been keeping track of the kill feed enough that they know that. I would honestly I think I would take the one fight you probably know you can win. I would just hard push 19E. Or Ghost, now that knock has come through. You've got to make a call, though, going along the outside. You can't fight them both at the same time. You have to pick one. And Shifan's going to drop. This is huge. She overextended, and here they go. That was the knock. They're going to push for it. This is absolutely correct play from Koninapower. They got that opening knock. This is absolutely huge. Ghost cannot intervene with this all the way. The terrain works. The revive will not be able to go off. And just like this, 19's going to go down. There's no way Xenox can make this one work, but he finds one. And he goes down. There it is. Beautiful play. But Dave, this is now the opportunity, the counterattack from Ghost Gaming.
Yeah, Ghost, they were able to get the reset. HH is up, and we see them rotate, but their position, the footsteps were heard. I'm curious, will Konina try to pick up Nomi? Yes, they are. They're trying to get the numbers advantage once again here.
This is absolutely huge because HH24 either doesn't have the meds or doesn't have the time to try and get the HP back. And because of that, he's going to drop. But they were able to trade 1-for-1, but there's still an advantage for Koninapower. They played this so beautifully, Dave. And just like this, Fosh is going to potentially drop here. It's a 2v1, but actually HP favors Tensa. 2 players still alive. Koninapower needs to hit some sick headshots here. Tensa dodging, weaving, looking for the shots. Finds one. No! And he's going to drop just like that. Koninapower get the chicken dinner.
Nomi with that drop shot at the end, able to take out Tensa right there with the Uzi/on combo. Tensa was putting in the work, though. I mean, we cannot